All right, here we go. So, hello everyone. Hello and welcome to Once Upon a Game, a story game show. Uh, Gonna be playing a bunch of different story games, mostly GMless games, and just kind of giving them a little bit of exposure. Some games you probably don't see every day. And so, our first episode is going to be about Microscope. Um, I just did a recent presentation about it. I'm super excited to play, and I have three friends here with me. So how about we just go in order real quick and say who we are. So starting with me, I'm Eric. You're in my chat right now, watching my Twitch. So let's go to Jeremy.
Woo! Hello, I'm Jeremy, the bodiless voice. Uh, First off, I want to say, Eric, thanks for having me on the show, and great presentation, by the way, on Microscope. It was very lovely.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's always a blast. Um, I'm just one of those people who like to hang out in Adam Koebel's TeamSpeak a lot. And I've had the pleasure of playing probably, I think, with everybody here before in some fashion. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. Microscope, I have to say, is like turning to be one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
So it's super fun. So yeah, that's me.
All right. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot for the praise. Next up is Mike.
Hey, I'm Mike. I go by Mumbles on Twitch. I stream hopefully more regularly. Um, I just started a playthrough of Valiant Hearts, and then I hang out on the Mass Squad TeamSpeak like everyone here. And this will be my first time playing Microscope, so I'm pretty stoked.
Awesome. Love to hear your thoughts about it. So, last but not least is Will.
I don't know about that whole not least statement, but
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You are
Oh,
definitely not
you.
least.
Oh,
yeah,
you.
yeah, it's everyone here is equal. It's just some people are more equal than others.
Nope. That is not a thing.
No, but yeah, I'm Will. I I really enjoy Microscope. Thanks to Eric, I've played it like 5 or 6 times. I don't know anymore. I've lost count.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot.
I think one of the weirdest times was we played a span of 4 years, which was awesome. But anyway, yeah, I'm I'm Will. I like self-deprecating humor a little bit too much. It gets annoying, but boom, self-deprecating humor about self-deprecating humor. Can't get any more meta than that.
It's pretty meta. So, thinking of things about that are meta, we need to come up with the first part of Microscope, which is the high concept. So the high concept is going to be kind of what this game is going to be about. It's kind of a one sentence phrase or just idea for the actual game, like the theme we're going to explore tonight. And so there's four of us here. We haven't really talked about what we want to do tonight in terms of what we're going to explore today in Microscope. There were a couple ideas before, but so we're gonna get to hear us kind of figure out what we want to do and how this kind of all works together when you set up a game and play it. So, without further ado, what were some of our ideas for a high concept that we wanted to explore?
I think I brought up a high concept earlier. Will, I don't think you were here when I brought this up, but um, exploring like a world where music and magic are kind of the same thing. I don't know if that would be considered
Yeah.
the high concept, but yeah, I that's something I was kind of bouncing around in my brain while I was at work, hoping that time would go faster,
Hmm. Okay.
and wanted to see what you guys thought about that.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be like an era of if we could just track an era of control of like the musical magicians or whatever.
Okay. Well, how about this? do we know like a sort of like time, or are we going to? Is this going to be kind of about like the discovery of magic and music together, and how it like changes, or what? How
Um,
what do we actually want to explore?
Maybe I don't know. I was kind of imagining it. They like form some sort of kingdom or oligarchy,
Are we
or
doing? Or
like
and we're doing fantasy?
uh,
uh, I
probably.
think
I don't know.
I mean, like medieval.
maybe
Mm,
like if it's a combination of a little bit of fantasy but a little bit of modern, because you can incorporate many different like genres of music to
Yeah.
influence magic different ways.
So you mean kind of like a Knight's Tale, kind of like infusion of modern rock in a magic magical
I
medieval
like that
setting?
idea of
Heck yeah.
having something that is time period.
Anachronistic.
Yeah, time period seeming like medieval, but being able having the freedom to just pull different genres from modern time sounds fun to me.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of like Doctor Who this shit where we put 1960s weird guitar in like the Middle Ages
Yeah.
and it's right and it just feels right.
Okay. I'm feeling that. Um, so the high concept will be. I'm just gonna write what our notes are in a single sentence. Um, er, music is truly magical in a fantasy in a. Are we doing an actual like historic kind of, or is this going to be a fantasy land?
I'd rather it. Mm, just historic sounds better to me. I don't know about everyone else.
So we're gonna do like England or
Sure.
like yeah.
Sure, that
All
sounds
right.
fun to me.
Awesome. So music is discovered to be truly magical in medieval England. I like the idea of like maybe like music, the discovery of different genres being like different types of schools of magic a little bit, and like
Yeah.
and that's how we can
Yeah.
get some sort of like the anachronistic things. Oh, this is cool. We're gonna explore it. I won't try to, you know, figure out any sort of ideas until we figure out and play.
Yeah.
That's perfect right now.
Oh, it's
Okay.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
super stoked.
Awesome. This is cool. So, let's do this. Let's go to the next part then. I'm really thrilled about this concept. Um, actually, before we go any further, two things. One, just because I just want to make it clear, just because I'm the one facilitating the game, I don't have any more power than you guys. So, uh, we're just playing a fun game that we all can contribute equally into. And the second thing, and perhaps the most important thing, is the X card. Because while we might know each other a little bit, we're not like we don't know each other that well. Um, and if there's anything that is not cool that you don't want, that just it's kind of triggering or whatever, just say like I don't want it, or like whisper it to me or whatever. And like magic, it's gone, and you do not have to explain why. It's out. So yay, safe gaming environments.
I'm
Okay,
always a big fan of that.
we're all on board with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. Okay, so let's go on to the bookends. So this is the big part of Microscope. This is going to be the two periods of time that we will not be looking to either side of. We're only going to be examining the middle. So we can start with the beginning or end. They can be either light or dark. It doesn't matter. Um, what are we thinking about in terms of maybe a beginning or an end?
For an end, kind of something that ends the music, sort of like maybe the Silent Ages instead of the Dark Ages.
The
Oh,
Silent Age. Oh boy.
Is it so? The question I have there is it the fact that music is not played anymore, or music is just not magical anymore?
I kind of like the concept of music loses the physical magic, but not necessarily like the feeling of magic. You know how because
Oh
people
yeah.
like, you know how when like you
It
hear a
becomes
certain
mundane.
song,
It becomes
yeah, it
mundane.
becomes mundane,
Yeah.
like we have now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mundane. Thank you, Eric. Your words are great.
Dude, I've been playing 80 days just like nonstop, and if you want to just like, oh my god, magnify your vocabulary, that is the game to do it. That game is just full of diction. Its vernacular is insane. So, anyways, Silent Age. So music loses its physical magical properties.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean by physical magical properties? I just say
Um,
magical properties.
yeah, let's just say magical properties.
And becomes
Oh,
mundane.
by the way, thank you, X-Ray Duck. Mike is a little bit hard to hear. Is there any way we
I'll
can?
turn myself up. That's fine.
Yeah,
Awesome.
can we crank you up there a little bit?
Easily,
Thanks.
I'll do it right now.
Since we happen to be talking about music, let's crank it to 11, please.
Yes.
Let's just blow it out.
If
Um,
if no one else has an idea, I guess maybe you do, Eric, because you were about to say something.
I was just gonna say, is this a light or dark period?
Oh. I'd say
mhm.
dark.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
In terms of tone, yeah. Okay. I'm feeling that too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. All right. So let's look at our beginning.
Yeah.
What should our first book and like start period be?
Maybe.
I'm kind of. Oh, sorry, not to cut you off, Will.
No, I've already said an idea, so it's your
Yeah,
turn.
I'm just a little. I don't know whether it wants to be the time before music or the discovery of music.
Sure. That's a really good question for us. Do we
Yeah.
want to explore pre-music, or do we want to explore the time of discovery?
So my idea, it kind of fits in with this. Since we did say medieval England,
Yeah.
maybe these are like forgotten years for some reason, and this is actually in Earth's history, and it could be like the fall of Rome or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, as like the
Oh,
start.
yeah. Like a Beowulf kind of time. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like
Like Norman conquest kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
like Rome falls,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
this,
Yeah. Oh, like the King Arthur actual like the thing with Clive Owen, the actor, that movie.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
sort of
Now I
time?
know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Like is that what we're feeling? Okay, cool. This is the time,
Where-
time before magic. Right. I like the idea of going before we discover music as magical.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So should we just say the downfall, or like the downfall of civilization, like Rome is gone, or whatever power structure is crumbled, and magic doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
the end of the end of civilization.
Of Roman controlled civilization
Actually, that brings up something.
and before magic. Hey, don't suggest anything yet. Keep
No,
that
no,
stuff,
no,
keep
no,
that
no.
stuff
This
ready.
this is something completely different. Hey, Will, we never finished that game of Civ 5 from forever ago.
All right.
Oh yeah.
God, we started
Actually,
that months
finished
ago.
Civ 5
Alright.
games.
guys. Anyways, guys. So
Yeah.
after, all right. So downfall's done. Light or dark?
The downfall is probably a dark time because it's the end,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
civilization.
It's weird. I think our end bookends here are dark, but I don't really see this game going that dark. But we'll see.
No, I mean we'll see.
All right, cool. So now that we got our bookends done, let's look at our palette. So what we're gonna do is we're all gonna suggest 2 or 3 things, not at once, just one thing at a time, kind of rotating about what we want to see in the game and what we don't want to see in the game. It can be either one for your turn. So does anybody have anything right now, super strong they want to do? And the way I like to do it is that you normally are supposed to do it in like a turn order of like going around and suggesting something. What I like to do is just if you have something that really strong, that's very strong that you want to suggest, go ahead and do it. But just then hold back until everyone else suggests something, right? And then
Mhm.
fill in again. So right now, is anything going like yes, it has to be in this right now?
I strongly feel that we definitely should have like multiple genres, just so that way we have a lot to play around with. Um,
Oops.
so are we?
Oops.
I guess the biggest thing is since we're in medieval kind of era-ish, are we restricting anything that is? Are we restricting some form of genres? Like, is there going to be no techno or
Uh,
Oh, no electronic.
Google?
I, I,
Uh.
I
mm,
think that you can mimic electronic noise, especially with magic. Like maybe it's more advanced magic, like you have to cast magic in order to have electronic. But
Yeah.
I actually do really want electronic to somehow be a thing in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
maybe we can
do you
have
want to
like
put electronic music as like in the palette?
uh can we broaden that a little bit and put like
Well, I think this is
modern
Will's.
genres?
This is yeah. I don't know.
Um,
Will, this is kind of your suggestion. What do you want to do?
Yeah, sure.
This
um,
actually, I don't know. We should probably talk about what we mean by various genres of music. This might just all fall under that.
yeah, like
Um, I'll just say including contemporary.
yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah.
Sorry if anybody heard that.
I did kind of have something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That does not count against you.
Okay. Uh, I kind of wanted like each instrument to be connected with a sort of element from alchemy or whatever. Not maybe not
Oh,
directly a chemical
oh,
element, but
cool.
like
Yeah, but instruments influence magic. Is that what you're trying to
uh
say?
like yeah, the type of instrument determines what elements will be affected.
Oh yeah, magical properties or something.
Yeah, alchemical elements or whatever.
Yeah, I would say e.g. alchemy. Alchemy ingredients. Awesome. That's a great idea. Cool.
Kind of
I'm
jumping off.
feeling that.
Yeah, jumping off that, I kind of like the idea. Um, I kind of want part of the story to be the magic being found to actually be focused on kind of a university setting. Like my idea is that those,
So
like,
like colleges or something of magic of
yeah,
music.
maybe
Magical.
colleges of magic or like those
I know I'm putting
those
words. Yeah.
stereotypical those stereotypical like English colleges that we think of, like Oxford and
Yeah.
Bowler, like
Like
those are places where
Hogwarts
the
School of
research
Rock
was done.
is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
The,
Yeah.
the Hogwarts School of
Okay.
Rock.
All right.
Nice.
Magical
I mean,
Bards College.
I know. I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying it in a way that's like I'm putting words that of what are you're saying. You know, I just trying to make sure I'm agreeing with you since I'm the one writing it. I know
oh
what you
yeah,
mean, right? Okay, so yeah, magical slash music colleges. I'll put Hogwarts School of Rock in parentheses. Okay, so that's a lot of yes. Something no. Something that I don't want to see in this game. No war. I don't want to see any conflict, like physical. So spell duels maybe, but like no like army versus army conflict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like no army versus army, but like maybe like a battle of the bands style thing is okay.
Oh yeah. That's fine. Battle of bands is okay. I should say.
Okay.
All right. So no army versus army clashing. Like no,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
want to
that would
see
be
swords like fighting.
Thank you.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no sword fighting. If you're gonna
Yeah.
do it with the power of rock
Yeah.
or whatever you're into,
Oh, this is so cool.
whatever you've studied.
Oh man, I'm loving this. This is exciting. Okay. Um, what else do we have?
No dragons.
Sure.
No dragon.
Like not like maybe you can have Eastern dragons, but just like I don't want there to be a typical Western style dragon that's terrorizing a village, and we have a hero that slays it. That's just boring to me.
Well, I'm gonna add on that, and I'm gonna say no Eastern dragons. So
Okay.
no
Yeah,
dragons.
no dragons
Period.
at all.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So no war, no dragons. You don't have to do this by yeses and nos. If we want more yeses, we totally can have that stuff. And if we want nos, actually, that's a good point. Leafington asks, what about magical beasts in general? We should probably stipulate that with dragons. Like, how do we feel? Is everything else on the table?
Um, like, I kind of,
Because right now it is.
yeah,
If we don't say it's not.
yeah. Like, I kind of like certain beasts. Like, I really would be excited to see if unicorns are kind of magical or whatever, or, but, like, they don't have to be. Like, if everyone else wants to just get rid of all magical beasts, I'm totally fine with that.
Now when we talk about getting rid of them, are we talking about nobody knows about them, they don't exist, or is it like one of those they're just fairy tales things?
What do you mean? It's if you
Like,
mean like physically, like they don't fit. They're not physically
yeah,
real.
yeah, are they
Yeah,
physically real or are they not physically real?
No, like I don't know. Like that's what we're trying to figure out, right? Like
Yeah.
if
yeah,
you don't
not,
want physical mythical creatures, but the myths of them to still remain, then yeah, like we could write that. But if
Yeah.
like depends on what you want, and I'll just express it the way that we all kind of want.
Yeah. I mean, I would be okay with them not with mythical creatures not physically existing, but the
yeah,
myth still existing.
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But if they
So
don't physically exist, I don't want them to have ever physically existed.
okay.
Okay.
So no physically existing mythical creatures.
Cool.
This is getting pretty good. Maybe like one more for each of us, and then we can move on.
Yeah.
Um
No aliens.
yeah.
I'd be cool with no aliens.
I agree with
Um,
that.
does
No
I
aliens.
have to ask? This includes like Cthulhu stuff too, right? Like, how does that fall? Because they're technically not aliens in a way, but I
Um,
think they usually are described, and I just want to make sure so we all know. Like when you say no aliens, I assume no Lovecraft, but I don't know. That's not true for everyone.
When I say
I
no aliens, I specifically am referring to like what I what I don't want to explore here is the idea of like alien invasion on the planet.
okay, yeah. So
So
no.
if people want Lovecraft, that's fine.
Oh, so you
But
don't want okay. So like no alien, like external.
yeah, no extraterrestrial force. Like
Yeah,
I want Mars attacks with rock.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, I would, uh, following up with that whole Lovecraft Cthulhu thing, I don't want any giant animals. Like, the maximum size I want for an animal is the size of an elephant. I'm,
I
like,
cannot spell extraterrestrial.
Uh
Don't
like
worry about it.
spell
60,
check.
60% of the Microscope games I've played have ended up with like a giant space turtle or the giant.
The whales. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's fine. Oh,
yeah,
that's actually a really good point. That's a really good moment. So when you're wanting to play Microscope, and the more you play Microscope, the more you uncover things, just like a Will has done, where like things get played out in a way. The no part of the palette is perfect for that. You can just get rid of whatever you've seen that's like you don't want to see it in this game, right? So it's perfect. Awesome. Yeah. No giant animals. Um, bigger than an elephant. I'll put. Let's see. What else? Mm, are we okay with this? Anything else?
I'm fine with everything.
Okay, I think we're good too. So the next thing we do is now that we have our palette set up, now we're going to go ahead and do the first pass. And so the first pass is we're all going to go around and making periods or events which must live in periods, and just go around in order. So we're going to do turn order. So it starts with me, and I'm going to make a period. Before I write it, I'm going to have to describe it. So I am thinking of the period of magical discovery. I'm thinking of this is going to be the time where magical, like, the music and magic is kind of getting like picked up and learned and experimented on. It's not formalized at all. It's just sort of emerging. And I think I'm actually going to call it that. I'm going to call it the Musical Emergence. The age of magical musical discovery. And this is a light time. All right. It's to Jeremy.
Okay. I think I also want to make a period. And this one. Okay, so real quick, because I've never used this tool before, how do you basically do the copy thing that you just did?
Just select it and hit Control C and then Control V.
Cool. Yep. We're learning things. So yeah, I also want to make a period, and I'm going to call this one. Yeah, it should be like, I feel like it should be the discovery of like a different genre of music. So let's say it is the. Yeah, it's like the age of metal.
Oh, awesome. So describe this age for us.
Basically, this is when, like, after, I guess, should I say after? I really shouldn't say that, but like, this is the time where like people have figured out like metal. They have figured out like what instruments to use and how to use them and what kind of to play. And this is when they figure out, oh, this is like heavier than what we've known before. We're going to, we're going to call it metal.
Okay.
And this is what you would typically, like, if you were to put a soundtrack to this, this is typically like the 70s and 80s metal scene.
Okay.
This is basically what they play.
Yeah,
so like,
Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, Blue Oyster Cult, Ozzy Osbourne, stuff like that.
Yeah. So this is like so heavy metal becomes like popular and pervasive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's all right. So
yeah, this is when it's like officially like. Yeah, this is when it's official. So
awesome. Awesome. That's definitely metal. So
it is indeed metal.
Yeah. Just so everyone's. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to unbolden the.
Oh yeah. I use hotkeys like Control B, and stuff. So when you're making a period, what we're doing there is you have to describe when the period takes place. So like basically you describe it by placing the period between something. And then you just have to give a quick little like grand summary of what happens in order to describe how it's different from the ones around it as appropriate. It's very like just grandiose. It's just an idea. You don't have to stipulate too many things when you make a period. Just enough so that we all kind of get an idea of what you mean when you say the age of metal, which is what Jeremy did, perfectly. Jeremy, is this also light or dark?
Oh, this is definitely light.
Okay,
this
cool.
this is like the time. This is a good time. Because
cool.
Metal. Just I have no other way to describe it other than just like throwing double horns in the air. Metal.
Yeah. I'm feeling it.
Feeling it. Yeah. Okay, that's it for my turn. So I guess next would be Mike.
Yes. So I'm also gonna make a period.
Okay.
Woohoo.
and this is a um, this is a period right before the Silent Age. Well, I can't say right before exactly. Somebody could put stuff between it if they really wanted to.
Yeah, but
But
yeah.
this is a. It's in between there, and it's a. I'm gonna. It's when the magic starts to fade. It's when people start to realize that magic is slowly disappearing from their music. It's not a. It's not a light switch. On and
Oh,
off.
it's like decline.
It
Yeah.
slowly declines, and I'm actually going to call it the decrescendo.
Oh man.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Um, and this is probably, yeah, I'm going to say it's slowly people start to realize that music is losing its magical properties. And then I'm also going to say that it is a dark period.
And Leavington, exactly. It's like, they discover one type of music and everyone who plays that, and then they discover metal. And then it's like, depending on what we say, things could go from there. So, yeah.
Change the color of this.
All right.
Yeah.
The decrescendo. Awesome.
And yeah, that's all for me.
Okay. Will?
Okay. What I want is gonna be right between the age of it's gonna be between the age of metal and the musical emergence.
Okay.
And
yeah. So feel free to move that stuff and shuffle them over so you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be managing stuff as we go along the show. So,
yeah.
Whoops. Hold on. There we go.
And like and oh shoot, I've muted myself. But it's sort of gonna be like the musical the I don't know the magi music I don't the musi magi class arises, so it's gonna be like a rise of the museum of the magi class. I'm just gonna call them the
Yeah.
magi class.
Magi
Yeah.
music is too much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Just put it. Yeah. Just put in the description that it's the magi are magically superior or whatever, and they're powerful. Just what you described.
Yeah, and this is still gonna be a light period. It's not really they're taking control like totalitarian. It's
Yeah.
totalitarianly. It's just we have the. It's just hey, we have the power now. We can restore what Rome left. We can use our magic to basically make sure society isn't full of a bunch of people who want to kill you.
Yeah.
And they just sort of establish order.
Yeah. Totally. Are you writing it?
Oh yeah, I didn't know whether or not we had
Oh.
to write it.
Yeah.
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 No,
Just fill it in, because that way you can word it the way you want to word it.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, are we doing that? Okay.
I yeah, I like the arrows. It just
Yeah.
helps me.
Nothing wrong with arrows.
Okay. All right. Um. So that's our first pass. So that means it comes back to me, and we are done setup. This is the setup of Microscope, and we are now ready to begin play. So it comes to me, and I guess I am the lens for this turn. And then as a lens, the first thing I do is come up with a focus. And the focus will be the topic, whether broad in scope or narrow in scope, that everyone else will have to sort of come up with something creatively that plays around with whatever focus I come up with. And so something that I like to do when I'm the first focus and it's the first round, I like to do broad stuff because I like to see what we're feeling. While I feel like this game's going very well in terms of like us having a really good idea, and it's all starting kind of to jive already, which is super cool. Because not all Microscope games do this. I think I'm still going to do something broad. So I think I'm going to pick, as a focus, I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick stringed instruments as the focus. So that means everything that we're going to come up with is going to be about something to involve string instruments in some way. So as a lens, I get to now have a special power of making a event and a scene, or a period and an event, and I will do an event and a scene. I will do. I'll do the downfall. I'll do a scene in the downfall. So the first event that I'm thinking of is the invasion of the Nords. This is a dark scene in Downfall. So somewhere, I'm thinking of, so in the Downfall, where civilization's kind of lost its touch, we lost touch with Rome. I'm thinking that to the shores from the northwest rides a flotilla of angry invaders, singing various songs of their people as they invade, never before seen. So the invasion of the Nords. And now I'm going to create a scene inside of that event. And this will be a not a dictated scene, this will be a scene for everybody. And what I want to ask in the scene is, I guess I want to know, how does the populace of the coastal town of, I'm just going to call it Cromwell because I don't know English geography. How does the populace of the coastal town of Cromwell feel about their new Nordic occupiers? So basically, I'm assuming that they've already been invaded and taken over. So the next thing I have to come up with is the scene, like the location. And I'm thinking that this scene should be in the market square. Or like the town hall, like the town central gathering area, like near the well or whatever they use.
Okay.
The market / center of town. So there's shops around, stalls, that kind of stuff. So that's where we're gonna be. So now I get to require up to 2 characters and ban up to 2 characters. I'm gonna require I'm going to require the Cromwell's town elder. You know, whether he's a mayor or whatever, I don't know. Leave it up to you. Just the elder person kind of speaks for the town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to think of the Nord the Nord commander in chief is going to be another one required, and then band. No band characters. So now what we do is we're going to go in order, with me last, and we're all going to choose our characters for this scene, with the goal in mind that we're going to play out the scene. We're going to roleplay the scene to answer this question, which is, how does the populace of the coastal town of Cromwell feel about their new Nordic occupiers during the invasion of the Nords? So, with starting. So it's going to start with Will, Sacrilege, Mike, Jeremy, and then me. All right?
Okay. So, I'm gonna be. Okay. I'm going to be Lewis, the town elder's grandson.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an anachronistic name or not, but
Don't worry about it. Okay.
All right. I guess mine turn. I'm going to be. I'm going to be Lunfi, the Nord commander in chief.
What's the Nord's name?
Lunfi, Lunfi.
Okay. I realize, I think, looking at it right now, I might need to explain the location a little more. So at the center of town, and people are gathered because it's normally the annual tribute / tax time for the town, but now no one knows what to do with the Nordic conquerors, so people are just kind of confused. So,
yeah.
At tax time.
I don't know if this is a bad time to ask the question, but I'm kind of confused as to how this relates to stringed instruments, or will that quickly become apparent?
Yeah, it'll come apparent.
Okay.
I think I think I want to play. I'm going to be very stereotypical here, and I'm going to play Olaf, the Lunfi's second in command.
Okay. Alright, I guess that makes me be the town's elder. So my name will be, Brando.
Good name, Brando.
It's a strong name.
It is.
Town's elder and premier lute player is how I'm going to describe him. Okay, so now, before we do the scene, the next thing to do is that we're all going to quickly go in order, starting with Will again, and describe just real quickly what is our character thinking right now, and then we'll begin play.
Okay. Lewis is thinking that the that he he's he's scared of Olaf. He's scared of Olaf. Like Olaf is big, and he yelled at him once.
Okay.
Lunfi's thinking. He's actually spending time contemplating um, if this is going to be something that he has to show, make a show of force and like example of someone, or if he can get through this without like violence and bloodshed. He's
Okay.
trying to,
Yeah.
he's weighing those two possibilities heavily on his mind. So that's what he's thinking right now.
All right.
I think Olaf would be thinking, what is this weird thing that um, Brando has? This like weird thing with like it looks like a stick with strings. I don't
Yeah.
know. What is it?
Um. Yeah. I think Brando is bringing his loot to town, thinking that this is one of his most prized possessions, and that if he gives it to the commander, he might save the town from bloodshed or something. Basically, just as a precaution. Um, he's not sure what to do, so this is just his best asset. So, go from there. So, the Lumpy, Mr. Lumpy, are you here? And as Brando looks around, not sure at the tall, crazy, like muscular Nords, so as this like little frail gentleman makes his way like through like the bustling crowds,
Um,
holding a loot.
and you see Olaf standing, probably at the a front of what I would consider as a like stage erected in the middle of town.
Yeah, yeah, like a
Base
grandstand or something.
area.
Cool.
Yeah, kind of. And you probably first person you see is actually probably Olaf,
Okay.
standing there looking big and strong. Um,
Yes, with my
and
sweet beard.
and Olaf, correct me. I don't want to narrate your own character, but if like I'm assuming you're looking confused because he's directing his Lunfi question towards you,
Exactly.
and then you see a smaller, pretty lithe Nordic man step out from behind him and say, "Who are you?"
Uh, I'm I'm Brando, and this is my grandson Louis. I gesture to Louis,
Uh,
who's probably near me.
yeah, he's like 8 or something. He was trying to hide behind Brando when he saw
Yeah.
Olaf.
I am I speak for the town, and and we're not sure what you want from us. He's
We
clearly
want
intimidated.
we want your we want your oath as the leader of this town that we will not have any uprising or rebellion here. We are strong and powerful, and we do not wish to slay you.
Oh, by the stars and the sun, so it shall be. I can speak for the town and promise you will have no problems here. You guys are far more formidable and great and terrifying. We would never question your rule, but I must be candid with you. Um, is it what was your name again? He knows your
Lunfi,
Lumpy. Lumpy. Hmm. Our town has a small custom that whenever there's a new ruler, um, we play a song as a way of commemorating them. Do you know what this is? And he shows Lumpy or Olaf like he holds out like the lute. Um,
I,
I I think Olaf would instantly like reach out to grab it and like pick it up and go, "What is this strange thing with strings and wood?"
Answer him.
It's a
Oh,
lute.
Oh, oh, what? What do you do
Lute.
with it?
You play it. You strum it and it makes music. Grandpa can do it really good.
yeah,
I think out
but
of
I'm getting
curiosity,
old.
Olaf would instantly like try it, and it would probably sound like completely horrible,
Oh yeah, like
like if a 4 year,
disconcordant. Yeah.
yeah, like if a 4 year old did it, kind
Yeah,
of
and
just
at
looks,
that,
kind of like after he strums it, he like looks at it weird, then he looks at Lunfi and kind of
yeah, you
looks
see
confused.
Lunfi just like kind of screeching and like, ugh, how is that supposed to be beautiful music?
uh, here, so I'm getting kind of old, but I think my grandson he is the next prodigy at this instrument. Here, let him play for you. He knows the song, don't you, boy?
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I probably like hand it over and go, play me good song, little boy. Show me what this thing can do.
okay. So yeah, Lewis starts playing, and he like he's he's one of those child prodigies. This is like the only thing he's learned in 8 years of life, but he's just playing it, and it's really solemn or whatever. And maybe no one really picks up on it, but the like the wind just starts blowing a little bit harder. Like there's definitely a gust, and it's sort of in tune with the music if someone's paying attention to that, but I don't think anyone's looking for it.
No. So Brando himself kind of feels like this was uh, wow. I didn't know my grandson was this good. I knew he was good, but like you're shredding it, like not in a, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
What is the song that you're playing? Like is it like
Um,
our like anthem or like our town's?
it's kind of like the it's sort of like the it's sort of like a mix between a marriage song and a funeral dirge.
Okay, so it's just very emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
I think as you're playing your song and it's probably I'd say good good halfway at least through it, um, Lunfi speaks up and says, just like stops you, stop, small child. The song you play saddens me. Do you have something more upbeat, energetic?
Uh, yeah, maybe.
Wrecking Ball
Um,
invented thousands of years early.
That's my
he
girlfriend in the background.
God damn it.
so
She's great.
yeah, he thinks for like he looks up and thinks for like 30 seconds, and he starts strumming it, and like we as viewers would know it, but they probably wouldn't, and it's 99 bottles of beer on the wall, but just on the loop.
On a lute. Good.
Oh god.
Okay. I think as you probably get to the like third round of the chorus, uh, Lunfi has probably grabbed Olaf and grabbed a beer and started kind of
Yup.
singing along with you.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god. Yes. Like the whole town kind of starts like getting together like a Coke commercial
Yes. Exactly. Like
and singing
you just
99
see,
bottles of beer on the wall.
yeah, you just see like the villagers with the Nords, just everybody getting along, having a good time.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. I
Exactly.
think that's the answer to the scene, guys. Coke commercial.
We all get drunk.
Instead of share,
Happy
instead
drunk
of
times.
instead of share a Coke with your family, it's share a beer with your invaders.
Yeah. Awesome. Yes. I think. What do we say? Light or dark? Light or dark?
Like,
Light. Awesome.
Yeah, like
Share a Coke with your invaders. Beer. Awesome. Okay, so that's my turn. We're about. I think Jeremy, you can go, and I think then we'll probably take a quick break and then come back and finish the turn. Because we're almost up to an hour.
Okay.
Because I know Jeremy needs coffee. He's playing from the East Coast right now.
Them East Coast struggles of 12:55 in the morning. So,
Yep.
but I love this game so much, and I
I
wanted
know.
to make sure that
Man, I'm feeling this game. Let's go.
it's such good, much wow. Doge approved. Okay, so remind me again.
Stringed
Do I-
instruments.
Okay, and I just get to make either a scene or an event.
No, that's just something I chose as the lens, because the lens I can make a nested thing.
Okay.
I can either make a nested period and then a nested event inside a period, or a nested scene inside of an event, and
Okay.
so that's what I did. You have free will to do a period, event, or scene.
Okay. I think. I think let's fast forward a little bit and let's do an event in the Musical Emergence. And
Sure.
and let's say like I don't know how to just because it's supposed to be like just a really short thing, right? Like a short explanation kind of an event.
Yeah.
Basically, I want the event being like the first instance of magic is witnessed. Like
Yeah.
so let me move that over a little bit.
You can shift everything if you need more room.
Yeah, I don't think I will, but we'll do this for now. So how do we want to word that? Or just write that, just like the first, like magic is witnessed, or the first instance of magic.
Yeah, I mean it's your turn. You get to phrase it how you want. Share a beer with your invaders.
Yup. That was great. Okay, yeah. So the first instance of magic is witnessed. Yeah.
Light or dark?
Oh, definitely light. And because I'm colorblind, is that the same color?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Okay.
Hashtag colorblind.
We're gonna take a quick. How long do you need, Jeremy? Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, like 5 minutes maybe, if that's okay with everybody.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll take a quick 5-minute break.
Sweet. See you in 5.
See you in 5.
All right, and thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah. Thanks everybody. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Woohoo!